Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. It's soon time for the Monte Carlo Masters, or by the time you're listening to this, it's already time because it kickstarts here this week and we have Novak Djokovic back in action. He was not allowed to play the US hardcourt swing this time around, but he would be playing in Monte Carlo and he's very hungry. I expect him to win this tournament, but I'm keen to hear your opinions and your predictions. I think he's very hungry to prove himself this season. We don't have Nadal in action. He is injured still, but he is training at his academy, so hopefully he will be back soon. So we have a huge fight ahead of the French Open. But this is the tournament leading up, and we have a few tournaments now. I'm really in love with the clay court swing. Keen to hear if you are. It's always a fun part of the season for me. One guy also to look out for, another kind of Monte Carlo resident, Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's going to be difficult for the rest of the field as well. He's very good on clay. Not maybe intuitive because he has such a more of aggressive style, but he has time on the slow dirt to kind of build up his shots and be more aggressive, which can be counterintuitive, but seems to work for him. Casper Ruud seems to be back in action. He loves the clay. We have some informed players to look out for. Yannick Sinner, can he keep it up? He seems to be quite good at all surfaces, which is a huge strength in his game. Daniil Medvedev, on the other hand, has had a fantastic lead-up, winning 4 out of 5 tournaments and reaching the final in that 5th tournament, losing to Alcaraz. But he doesn't really like the clay, so we will see how far he can reach on the red dirt. I really like to see if he can do something in his game to kind of adjust to the surface. I mean, in such good shape and great confidence, he should be able to do something on the red dirt. Might be tough to transition in the first tournament, but maybe later on this season he can play better. We have a whopper of a first round, Richard Gasquet versus Dominic Thiem. Thiem is winning some matches, that's great to see. Gasquet has had a decent season so far as well. 2 beautiful one-handed backhands, so that's going to be a fun match to watch. Really looking forward to that one. And we have Lorenzo Musetti back in action. He usually plays really well on the clay, but he's had a rough period and I haven't seen big results from him. Another Italian that is struggling is Matteo Berrettini. He plays serve and volley guy Maxime Cressy. Shouldn't be Maxime's surface, so I believe Matteo can start there with a win and maybe get back to some winning ways. In Italian press, he's gotten some criticism for not finding his game, for being a little bit off and in his focus because he's with some new girlfriend and he's maybe more focused on like modeling and being a celebrity than his tennis. That's what the critics say. I obviously don't know, but Matteo, hopefully he's back to winning ways on the red dirt. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina was in my practice video against Andy Murray. Sadly, I had to take that down because club didn't like me posting stuff, so that's life. He's playing Karen Khachanov, who's had a good start to the season, and we'll see how he can battle against Davidovich Fokina, who's excellent on clay. So that's going to be a tough one for Khachanov, I think. Talking about Andy Murray, he's playing his first match against De Minaur. De Minaur doesn't love the clay, neither does really Andy, judging by his results. But we will see now that he's very keen. It's the first time he's playing the Monte Carlo Masters since 2017, so it's a big step in a good direction for Andy Murray. His body is obviously healthy and he's ready to combat on this surface. US wonder child Ben Shelton is in action against Grigor Dimitrov. That's going to be a fun match, some spectacular shots. Dimitrov usually plays pretty well in Monte Carlo, as far as I know, but Shelton is a strong player. Obviously, growing up in the American tennis system, you're not playing a lot on clay. We also have an interesting matchup in Sebastian Baez against Jack Draper in the first round. Baez has already won ATP titles on this surface. Jack Draper feels more like a hard-hitting, fast surface guy, so I would definitely be more keen on predicting Baez for that one. Cameron Norrie, he grinds, he plays heavy topspin on the forehand, a bit flat on the backhand, plays a tough guy, Francisco Cerundolo, who has a big game, huge forehand, quite aggressive. I'm quite excited to see how this match turns out. We should also put finger in the air for Holger Rune, who's back in action. He's going to play the winner of Dominic Thiem and Richard Gasquet. So a lot of excitement to expect at the Monte Carlo Masters. Just a quick look at the draw with some predictions. I'm keen to hear now your opinions. Who do you think will win in this exciting first clay court Masters of the year? That's all for today. Have a nice day and don't forget to play some tennis.